Hey guys, you might hear Grace in the background. She's 7 months and teething, so I apologize.
She's taking a video.
But we are going to do a 2-person frittata, no oil. We're using our 8-inch Chef Gourmet skillet. We preheated on medium because for protein, preheat for protein, eggs protein. We know that it's correct temperature by splashing some water. And do you see how it beads and rolls like mercury? That means it's ready for a protein. So I have all my ingredients ready, no oil in the skillet. This is 4 eggs with just 2 tablespoons water, and we stirred those up really good. Now I'm going to add all my ingredients except for my cheese. So I have some pre-cooked bacon, because we always want to pre-cook the meat for most dishes in Saladmaster. Otherwise we get the rendered fat in our finished dish. So I'm going to add the bacon. I'm going to add some black olives. And the heat is still on medium this whole time. So I've added some olives. I'm going to add asparagus. I cooked this asparagus medium click low for 10 minutes. So it's pre-cooked. If you like it a little more al dente, a little crisper, I would suggest 7 or 8 minutes. I like my vegetables soft, on the soft side. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on. And I use my 9-inch skillet lid. Okay, so it's still on medium. You can use your 9-inch skillet lid or your 3-quart lid. So I put that on. It's still on medium heat. I'm going to do a little bit of a jump start. A little bit of water on the vapor valve and turn the lid 360 degrees so that it seals. It's already starting to click. I'll twist it again. And we're just going to let this click for a little bit. And then I'm going to drop it to low. It will seal and it will cook from the top down, bottom up, sides in. So I won't have to flip the frittata. So that's a pretty steady, consistent click. So I'm going to drop it all the way down to low. And I'm going to set a timer for 8 minutes. In 8 minutes, we'll come back and we'll add the cheese, put the lid back on for 2 more minutes, and we'll have a beautiful 2-person frittata. Oh. Okay, this is Ray, Grace, and I here. Hope you'll probably hear Grace in the background. It's been 8 minutes on your frittata. So this is the 8-inch Chef Gourmet skillet with the lid from the 9-inch skillet or the 3-quart. And we used 4 eggs with 2 tablespoons water and added our ingredients. We got it up to clicking, turned it down to low, and have cooked it for 8 minutes. Now some condensation has built up. So I want to lift the lid straight up. If I lift the lid off at a slant, all the condensation is going to run into my egg. This is super important when you're baking so you don't get soggy baking stuff. But if you look, all that water, you're going to just wipe it out. Now our frittata is done except for the very, very top. It's just a little teeny thin layer of egg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the cheese. I did a Gouda and cheddar mix. And then I'm going to put it on medium and get it up to clicking again. And do it for 2 minutes once I drop it to low. And then everything will be cooked all the way through. Now Ray and I were kind of cheesy people, so we really like the cheese. I normally add the cheese at the very end. If I add it into the mix, the cheese can stick on the bottom and make it a little sticky. And the presentation is beautiful when you do the cheese on the top. There's Grace adding her say. So I'm going to add the lid and turn it back to medium. And I'm going to do the jump start again. I do the jump start every time. Just the teeniest bit of water, just enough to go around the circumference. Turn that lid. See, it starts to click immediately. I'm going to let that come to a consistent click and then drop it down to low. Once it stops clicking is when I start timing. So once it stops clicking, I'll cook it for 2 minutes and we'll have a beautiful omelet, or frittata, excuse me. And this frittata will feed 2 to 3 people. It has 4 eggs. If you wanted to do a bigger frittata, you could do it in your 10-inch right here. And then you would use the lid from your 7-quart or your 11-inch skillet for this. And this would be 8 to 10 eggs. And it would take longer to cook. Probably 12 minutes and 4. Okay, so it was cooking consistently. I dropped it down to low after I added the cheese with the lid on. As soon as it stopped clicking, I timed it for 2 minutes. And this is what it looks like. The egg is completely done and the cheese is melted. Now, we did not use any oil. I would normally not remove this frittata. I would just cut and serve straight out of the skillet. But I'm going to show you the magic of Saladmaster. And I'm going to actually remove this. So I'm just running a spatula around the edge a few times. And then I'm going to remove it. Okay, so I ran the spatula around the edge. Now I'm going to take my spatula, just lift this out. Have my plate ready. Whoa! All right, it's ripping a little bit.
That's cameraman's fault.
But as you can see, it came out beautiful. Look at the skillet. It's clean, no oil. Like I said, I would normally not have removed it, especially if it was a 10-inch. But I removed it just to let you see how clean the skillet comes out. I would have just cut and served. And that's easily a 2 to 3 person frittata. Enjoy.